Warning: sensitive images.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, haven't got speed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The way of producing, cheese, meat with animals is just so inefficient. It's so outdated. And all of these alternatives have the potential to be better in every single way that we care about.
The Case for an Amazing Animal People Meat-Free World by Dr. Karthik, Sekar, Vegan, Part 2 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
Congratulations! You are promoted to the highest in the list of position and torture in hell for your war.
When a friend in St. Barthélemy commits to leading a more compassionate lifestyle by going vegan, you could cheer them on with Je crois en toi. That means I believe in you in French, the island's official language. Beloved viewers, I am Margot. With joy and admiration, the sincere residents of St. Barthélemy wish that you may continuously thrive in God's wisdom and divine embrace. Welcome to part 2 of a 2-part series entitled The Case for an Amazing Animal People Meat-Free World by Dr. Karthik, Sekar, Vegan. Dr. Karthik Sekar, Vegan, is a trained scientist and engineer. He considers humanity's reliance on the farming of animal people for food and commodities to be one of the biggest problems the world currently faces, especially when measured against the ongoing efforts to oppose such actions. His 2021 book, After Meat, The Case for an Amazing Meat-Free World, addresses the technological use of animal people as a consumable commodity. He explains its fundamental limits and why this harmful practice will cease. Today we have the privilege of continuing our talk with Dr. Karthik Sekar about his book. Dr. Sekar explains why the problems of animal people livestock raising are bigger than humanity thinks.
We think about the environmental, the ethical impacts of animal agriculture, but there are other insidious problems too. So for example, pathogens. We're living through COVID-19 right now. And by all indications, the way COVID-19 spread was through a wet market in China. This is something that has a higher probability the more animal agriculture that we have. Animals have very similar biology to us. The biology of a bat's lungs are similar to our lungs. And so for a virus that circulates through a bat community, it's easier for that virus to make the jump to humans. But it's not true with plants. Plants have a very different biology to humans. A pathogen that affects plants doesn't transmit to humans directly. And so what that means is the less animal agriculture that we have, the less pandemics that we have. And so if you're really motivated by how disastrous COVID-19 was and want to take steps to mitigate such a pandemic in the future, one of the best things you can do is decrease animal agriculture. And then one other aspect I want to talk about is the issue of climate when it comes to animal agriculture. Where animal agriculture is really disastrous is in terms of land usage. So in After Meat, I talk a lot about how animals are so inefficient, and that means you need a lot of land to actually grow animals and to produce all these products. And if you replace animals, say, with a microbial fermentation tank, and so you replace the 10,000 cows with a single fermenter, you free up a bunch of land and you enable a lot more space to just grow trees and repurpose for sequestering carbon dioxide. And so in terms of fighting climate change, one of the best things that we could absolutely do in terms of humanity is we can just replace our animal agriculture with plant-based, fermentation-based technology. We don't need to invent a new technology. We don't need fancy carbon sequestration devices to get the carbon dioxide out of our air. We can just use trees. We just need to make space for them.
Dr. Sekar talks about his company, Climax Foods, and his exciting research.
I currently work at Climax Foods, located in Berkeley, California. So our whole goal is to transition the world away from animal agriculture. And we see plant-based and data science as key facets toward that end. So the strategy that distinguishes us from other alternative food companies is we're not trying to take the cells from a chicken or a cow and then growing it up into a steak or a chicken breast. Instead, what we're doing is looking in the plant world. And so you can imagine that we're trying a lot of different recipes of plant ingredients. So that's where data science comes into play. So we build models to figure out, okay, this ingredient leads to this outcome, and then therefore we want to try this ingredient, more so. And we basically see data science as a means to narrow the search space for finding these new alternatives.
Climax Foods is a data science company innovating the future of food. In order to create a new generation of plant-based foods, a whole suite of intelligent machines with novel capabilities are now being developed. Dr. Karthik Sekar shares his visions of a no-animal people meat world and the kinds of alternative vegan businesses that will lead the way.
The entire world will be vegan one day. And it's not necessarily because everyone develops better sensibilities about ethics or the environment. And what I mean by that is we've talked about the way of producing cheese, meat with animals is just so inefficient. It's so outdated. It's something that we should have transitioned away from a long time ago. And all of these alternatives have the potential to be better in every single way that we care about. It's not just going to be environment. It's not just going to be ethics. It's also going to be taste. It's also going to be nutrition. It's going to be cost. We're going to have foods that are unlike anything that we could ever do with animals, and we'll actually want to eat these new vegan foods. Not because we, necessarily want to just feel good about, eating these foods. They'll just be better in every single way. And so this is my vision for a vegan future.
Dr. Karthik Sekar expresses his wish for humanity.
My wish for humanity is, openness. We have an impact on, many, many domains of life on planet Earth. The magnitude of animal agriculture is just staggering. By all counts I've seen, 70 billion animals are slaughtered every year for animal agriculture. And so I would just love for more people to be aware of the magnitude of this problem and, develop that desire to want to transition. After Meat takes a different argument to this transition away from animal agriculture. So I argue from the technological point of view that we're actually going to be able to do better. Animals are most outdated in technology that we still use today. I paint a picture that this world is just going to be better in every single way, and everyone should want to get there. And the main argument here is technological. My goal is to develop that intuition in the reader so that they can see that we really have no other choice, and then to also see that it's just very positive. After Meat is available at most online retailers. It's also freely available, so digital versions can be downloaded at my website, aftermeatbook.com. There's both audio and digital books available, and all the profits are also being donated to charity. So really, the whole project is about getting humanity excited about this transition.
We asked Dr. Karthik Sekar about his next projects.
My focus has been on my work at Climax Foods. So really helping this company, develop these new plant-based products. We're really focused on dairy. Dairy is one of the biggest, shortcomings in the plant-based food world. And so we hope to solve that. And hopefully our approach with using data science really fosters these new amazing products. Right now, the biggest thing I'm focusing on is calculating the financial benefit to replacing animal agriculture. So just as a preview here, we think a lot about, renewable energy and clean energy as a path forward. And to that end, many governments, invest billions of dollars to research and finance these clean energy projects. And what I think governments need to do is also finance alternatives to animal products. The benefits are just staggering. So some calculations that I've done roughly in terms of, the environmental benefits, the economic benefits, the biosecurity benefits, the food security benefits, it's in the trillions of dollars. So governments spending billions of dollars is, a total, worthwhile investment for these trillions of dollars in benefit that humanity and animal kind can reap.
With heartfelt appreciation for Dr. Karthik Sekar's innovations, we pray that he and his marvelous team will keep up the great work, creating a world that is safe and respects all lives, including people from the animal and human kingdoms. For more information on After Meat, the case for an amazing meat-free world, please visit karthiksekar.com/the-book.
It is a great delusion to suppose that flesh of any kind is essential to health. William Booth, vegetarian.
Esteemed viewers, it was a pleasure to have you with us for the case for an amazing animal people meat-free world by Dr. Karthik Sekar, vegan. May your hearts flourish with compassion and faith evermore.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/UL.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/UL.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/UL.
저희 방송은 다양한 언어를 제공합니다. 다음을 참고하세요. suprememastertv.com/schedule 그리고 suprememastertv.com/UL